So welcome to a brand new year, first of all. Happy 2021, and a brand new Percy's progress video. This has been the first time for a few months that we've actually managed to get out and do a proper video. And just before we start that, I just want to thank everybody for supporting this channel this year. We're approaching 10,000 subscribers now. If you are one of the people that watch the channel but don't subscribe, please consider pressing that button. It doesn't cost you anything, and all it does is just help the channel to progress a bit. Percy now, he's 18 months old. He just turned 18 months, and over the last few months I've obviously been progressing with his training. Despite not putting up any proper Percy's progress videos, we've actually carried on with his training. And if you've watched the little montages, you'll see that we've actually really made some quite good progress. What I wanted to do today is just to show you how I've sharpened up his stop whistle. Now, if you've been watching the earlier videos, you'd have seen right from the beginning, when I was using the placeboard, I just introduced that sit whistle as he was coming on to sit on the placeboard. So that was already ingrained in him, but obviously at some point we have to progress that onto the stop whistle, and that means he's got to stop whenever he hears that whistle, whether he's hunting, out on a retrieve, whatever he's doing. And I'm just going to go through the process of how I really get him sharp on that whistle. There are a few techniques you can use to sharpen your little dogs up on the stop whistle, and this is one of them. First of all, obviously your groundwork's got to be there, because you need the dog to sit in front of you. You need to get a little bit of distance with you. Now, just to remind you, the stop whistle it's a sharp little single blast on the whistle, and that goes for any Gundog breed, and that's obviously what I'm using for Percy. What I've tended to do, I've been hunting him with a silent whistle, but I've gone back to my 210.5. It's just got a little bit more punch in it for this. So sit him up in front of you. I'm going to call him, and then I'm going to stop him halfway. But what I'm going to do, as he's coming towards me and I blow my stop whistle, I'm actually going to step out in front of him. I'm going to actually force that stop, and that just puts his brakes on a little bit quicker. So Percy, I've just taken that step forward just to reinforce that. Good boy, good lad. You want to be careful, you don't want to be doing this too much, because it can make the dogs a little bit sticky. So we just do that again. Percy. Again, you can see how sharp he is on that. Good boy, well done, good lad. So if you're happy that they've got a good stop whistle coming towards you like that, the next stage is to actually try and stop them as they're going away from you, and that is a bit more difficult. Obviously, when they're coming towards you, as you're stepping forward, you're almost kind of forcing that stop. When they're going away from you, they can't actually see you. If your dog is established really well on its retrieve, as Percy is, and I can use my get out command for him to go out and make a retrieve, whether there's something there or not, he's now got that absolutely fixed. I can do that without having a dummy. If your dog's not quite to that stage, what you can do is throw a dummy out and get somebody else to pick it up so it's not there. Now, the reason we do that is because if the dog doesn't stop on that whistle when it goes out and it gets its retrieve, it's actually self-rewarded itself, and we don't want that to happen. So in this situation with Percy, I don't have to have a dummy out there. I can send him out for what he thinks is going to be a retrieve, but there won't be anything there. And what I'm going to actually do is I'll blow my stop whistle. I'm going to start fairly close to start with, but I'm actually already going to be on the move out towards him. But what that does, it actually just sharpens up his reflexes, because you go, oh, hang on a minute, what's coming behind me? So I've got Percy sat up next to me now. I've got my make-believe retrieve out there. Always start with the whistle in your mouth. Get out. Sit. The other thing I want to insist at this stage is I want him to put his bum on the floor. I think he's going to be the kind of little dog that will end up actually standing. But you saw there, as soon as I blew the stop whistle, I was already running out after him. Percy. Now, you've got to be a little bit careful when you're doing this, because this can make the dog sticky and a bit reluctant to go on the retrieves. So you've got to judge the personality of your dog. He's a high drive, full on, I want to go and get it kind of a dog. So this has never really bothered him, and I haven't actually had to do it too much. So once you've got your dog pretty well on that, where you're moving out to him, so he's that kind of bit of a shock, oh, hang on a minute, what's coming behind me? Obviously you can progress where you don't have to do that. So the third technique I use is a technique where I'm actually working Percy, he's really keen, where I'm actually working Percy through these stick piles. I blow the stop whistle and immediately I'm going to throw out a dummy for him. And the idea of that is they get this connection of stop whistle, something's going to happen. And of course what I'm actually going forward to simulate eventually is the flush of a bird or a rabbit, stop whistle, look up, something's happening. And this is my favourite one. I find it's the one that the technique that really gets them super sharp. So stop whistle, immediately throw it out the dummy. You can see that's a lovely sharp stop there. Because of the scenario, I'm actually going to go and pick that dummy up myself. Stay there. So this is where your bit of steadiness also comes into it. Just make sure he stays there okay. That's lovely. Really happy with that. I'll probably just hunt him on again immediately after that. Leave that.